Hello friends, I welcome you all to Nityananda Physics Accelerated Batch where we will be covering MSTCT Physics syllabus. This is the 8th lecture on vector analysis where we will be covering vector product or the cross product of two vectors. Okay. In the last lecture we even saw what is dot product. Here we'll just go ahead what is the vector product. So before going there we'll just see what is product. Whenever we have any multiplication, whenever we multiply a vector with another scalar, then the answer is always vector. Just remember this thing, multiplication of scalar into vector will always be vector. So we have some answer, we have some formulas like that. Acceleration is being multiplied with mass, the answer is coming as force. So the acceleration is a vector quantity, mass is a scalar quantity, but what answer we are getting, that quantity is again a vector quantity. So that's what it is like always a rule, whenever we are multiplying a scalar into vector, answer will always be vector. But now the question comes, whenever we are multiplying two vectors cross vectors, then the answer can be two, it can be a scalar or vector. And whenever we are getting answer as a scalar, then that is called as dot product. And whenever we are getting answer as a vector, then that is being called as cross product. So basically, because it's coming as scalar, that's why it's scalar, and whenever it's coming as vector, answer is coming as vector, that's why that product is known as vector product. And the signs are used, like for scalar product we are using a vector dot b vector will be something like c vector. Now here this is a dot product. Now here I am not writing any arrow above c because it's a magnitude, it's only magnitude, it's a scalar quantity, and here this product is being notified by using the sign dot. That's why another name of scalar product is dot product. And whenever we are writing a cross product, that time I am writing it like this: a vector cross b vector will be c vector. Now c vector is again a vector, and here the multiplication, the sign used here is cross, that's why it is called as cross product. Now as it's already been said that two vectors are being multiplied, answer what we are getting is a vector, and as this vector it will be having two things, it will be having magnitude and direction. Now what will be the magnitude? First we will see that magnitude of a cross b, or can be magnitude of c vector, can be written as magnitude of a vector dot magnitude of b vector, not dot, actually it's a multiplication, magnitude of a vector into magnitude of b vector into sine theta. Now theta is the angle between two vectors. If we are having two vectors, like a vector is here, b vector is here, a vector, b vector, and the angle between them is theta, then the magnitude of this there will be another vector c vector, and the magnitude of the c vector will be a magnitude of a vector into magnitude of b vector into sine theta. That's how we can find out the magnitude of a cross product. Now because it's a vector quantity, it will be having a direction, so that direction will be given to us by right hand thumb rule. Now what is that rule? Again we'll have two vectors, what we are seeing, that we'll just continue on. We have a vector, we are having b vector, and now we are getting its magnitude. What is its magnitude? A vector cross b vector, magnitude is a vector, magnitude of a vector, magnitude of b vector into sine theta, angle between them is theta. And now because it's a vector quantity, I have to even multiply this whole thing with another unit vector, that will be n cap. Now n cap is a unit vector which is along a vector cross b vector. Now you need to imagine what is a cross b. A cross b is another vector. Now what is that vector? Now this a cross b is a vector which will be perpendicular to both a and b. See, imagine now this vector, I am having a vector cross b vector. Let's consider it's a c vector. Now this c vector will be perpendicular to both vectors. Just imagine I am having this now, something to show you. This is one a vector, this is b vector, and now this c vector will be perpendicular to both this vector. Now this is three-dimensional thing, it can be upward, it can be downward. Now if you just consider a plane here, we just consider a plane. If this is one plane, a vector and b vector, they are lying in one plane, and then our c vector will be perpendicular to both, so it can be downward or upward. So either of these conditions are possible. Now which is the condition that will be given to us by with the help of right hand thumb rule. Now what is that rule? What is told to us that C vector, what is our answer? C vector is perpendicular to A vector and C vector is perpendicular to B vector. But now which is in direction, where will be the direction of C vector, either up or down? That we can find out by joining. We have to first join both the vectors. They are joined here at one point. This is the first step. After joining them, we have to curl our finger from first vector to the second vector. By using our right hand, we have to use our right hand and right hand from A vector to B vector. You just take your you have to curl your finger, considering just place your finger on the joint. यहाँ पे जो joint है, first you have to place your finger, your hand here. Maybe this point is O. I am just notating this as O. A point पे हमने पहले अपना हाथ रख दिया. Then we are using our hand, right hand, and then we are curling it from where? From A to B. We are going from A to B. If we are going from A to B, it will be something like this, from A to B. And when I am turning it, you just see now, when I am turning from A to B, the direction of the C, if A and B is on the surface, if it is on the surface and I am turning my hand from A to B, then the direction of C is coming upward. Now in this case, the direction of C vector will be upward. Then we will not consider this side. And when I am saying A cross B, the direction will be upward. So stages will be, the first thing is what? Join two vectors, tail to tail, then place your hand on the joint, and the third thing is curl your fingers from A vector to B vector. So whichever is first vector, from there you have to curl. Means it is like different. When you are having B to A, then the direction will be different. When you are having A to B, then direction will be different. And then the direction will be given to you by, then the direction of thumb will be in the direction of A cross B. Now this is the A cross B is nothing but C vector. These are the steps. क्या करना है पहले? We have to first place these two vectors. दोनों वेक्टर को पहले एक जगह पे, they have to be connected tail to tail. First just connect them tail to tail, and then from one vector to another vector, you have to curl your finger in whichever direction the thumb is going. That's the direction of our C vector. Now when it is anti-clockwise, you just see this diagram now. Whenever the vectors are anti-clockwise, say I'll just give some examples. We are having first case A vector and B vector. Now I am having A cross B, that is C vector. We know that it's a C vector. Here is angle theta, and now I am curling my fingers from A to B. A to B, it will be like this, and in that case the direction will be upward. It will be something like upward. This is C vector. This is the direction of C vector. I am writing it like n cap. This is like unit vector along C vector, that is n cap. So therefore I can write this whole thing as A vector cross B vector is equal to magnitude of A vector, magnitude of B vector into sine theta, that's the magnitude, into direction. Direction will be given by the unit vector n cap. Now this is for A cross B. If I am having another case, B cross A. In B cross A, if we are having some, here now we are writing D vector. B cross A is different vector. Why it is different? Because the direction will be different. Maybe the magnitude will be the same. A cross B or B cross A, both will be having same magnitude, but the direction of both the vectors will be different. When I am having A cross B, I am going, it's like anti-clockwise motion. But when I am crossing B cross A, again I am making a diagram here, another diagram. A vector, B vector. Now I am doing B cross A. It will be like this, in this direction. Now it is clockwise direction. Again it's like a thumb. I am just have to curve my fingers from B to A, B to A, and then the direction goes downward. Now here the direction of the D vector will be downward. This will be my D vector. This is my D vector. So that's why we can say that A cross B will not be equal to B cross A. Magnitude they will be same. I can write it like this also. B vector cross A vector can be written as magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector into sine theta. But now here I have to make another unit vector that will be something like maybe n, we can write here m vector. Now this is m is the unit vector here, it will be written as then m cap. Now we know that n cap and m cap, they are opposite, both are unit vector. What is the relationship? Because they are opposite direction, we can say that n cap is equal to minus m cap. Minus signs indicate the directions are opposite. So in one sense we can write like this: A vector cross B vector is equal to minus of B vector cross A vector. This means that both of them are having same magnitude and they are in opposite directions. That's the understanding about direction of the vector. Okay, these are some important points to be noted. The vector product is not commutative. So what we have done the same thing. What is the meaning of that? A vector cross B vector will not be equal to B cross A vector. Just now we have seen that because the both of them are having different direction, I can write like this: A cross B can be written as minus of B cross A. This is commutative, but this is actually commutative law is applicable for dot product. Dot product we can write like this: A vector dot B vector can be written as B vector dot A vector. That's possible for scalar product. But when it comes to vector, the magnitude is same because direction is changing. That's why these two vectors are not the same vectors. Next thing, vector products obey the distributive law. What is distributive law? If we are having bracket, if we are having some like A vector in bracket, A vector cross, this is first vector A vector, there is another vector which is written in terms of now addition, B vector plus C vector. Now this A vector is getting multiplied with another vector which is the addition of both the vector. Then I can distribute this A vector to both. It can be written as A vector cross B vector plus A vector cross C vector. Now here one need to be very careful when we are using the distributive law. We are not changing the vectors. We cannot write it like A cross B plus C cross A. It has to be in the same sequence: A multiplied with B, A multiplied with C. I cannot reverse the position of A and C or A and B because the values are different. Now this is our distributive law that is even applicable if we are having vectors like this: A vector plus B vector cross C vector plus D vector. In that case, A vector will be multiplying to both the vectors first: A vector cross C vector plus A vector cross D vector, then plus B vector cross C vector plus B vector cross D vector. That's how vector law obeys distributive law. The second thing is vector product of vector with itself is 0. Now this is an amazing property. You just imagine two vectors. When we are considering, we will see some properties that when we are having two vectors, before coming to this property, we will just see three cases. What are these three cases? We are having one vector, A vector is here, another vector is B vector, which is perpendicular now. In this case, when A vector is perpendicular to B vector, and in that case the magnitude of this A vector cross B vector will be magnitude of A vector cross magnitude of B vector into sine theta. Now sine theta will be sine 90, it can be written as AB sine 90, that is equal to AB. Now this is the maximum value. This is the maximum value when we are having cross product. Now instead of that, when we are having parallel, parallel vectors. Second case now, two vectors are parallel. We are having this A vector, this is B vector, and angle between them is theta is equal to 0 degree. In this case, A vector cross B vector will be equal to AB. I am just considering the magnitude. Here also it was just magnitude. AB sine 0, that is equal to 0. So means whenever two vectors are parallel, then the answer is 0. Even the third case we can take. First vector is here and second vector is in opposite direction. Now these two vectors are anti-parallel. Now angle in between them is 180 degree. In this case also, what is the magnitude of cross product? A vector cross B vector is equal to AB sine 180. Sine 180 is also 0, therefore answer is 0. So any case, whenever the angle is 0 or 180, parallel or anti-parallel, in both the cases answer becomes 0. So similarly, the case what we are having here, the cross product of vector with itself is 0. Means what, we are having a vector and another vector, means like same vector, they are equal vectors, we can say. Itself means the angle, in this case the angle theta will be 0. A vector cross A vector, when I am saying A vector cross A vector, that is equal to A square into sine 0, that is equal to 0, because sine 0 is 0. That's another. This is very important property which will be needed when we will be seeing orthogonal vectors. Now we will see what is cross product of orthogonal vector. Orthogonal vectors are the vectors which are perpendicular to each other. We are considering the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. These are orthogonal axes. Now we are having vectors which are along this axis. Now we are having the unit vectors along x-axis is I cap, unit vector along y-axis is j cap, and unit vector along z-axis is k cap. Now we need to think what will be the, now we will just see about the unit vectors, about their orthogonal vectors. Now when I am having the vectors like I cap, now we have seen the last property. What was the last property? A vector multiplied a cross product of one vector with itself, the answer becomes 0. Why it becomes 0? Because the angle in between them is 0. Similarly here also, when I am multiplying I cap cross I cap, these are unit vectors, one unit vector only multiplied with itself, the angle between them, here the sine theta will be 0, answer will be 0. Now this is magnitude is 0, but actually this is a vector quantity. When in the beginning we have studied the different types of vector, there we have studied 0 vector, and that time I had said to you that this will be required when we will be studying cross product. So what is that 0 vector? Because now I cross I, answer is 0 is magnitude, but still because it's a cross product the answer has to be a vector. Now this 0, when I am writing I cross I is equal to 0, this 0 is a 0 vector, is called as null vector, is having a direction, it will be arbitrary direction, it can be taken in any direction, but still it will be called as a vector, it will not be considered as a scalar answer. It's a vector 0. So I cross I is 0. Why it is coming as 0? Because it's just like magnitude of I, again magnitude of I square into sine 0, that is equal to 0. 1 into sine 0 is 1. Sine 0 is 0. That's why the answer is 0. This is the first case. Second case is same thing will be applied when j cross j cross j, both are unit vector, same unit vectors are being multiplied, answer will be 0. Third will be the same case, k cross k is equal to 0. Now this thing is very easy, but now both of them, when we are considering the I cross j, that will be considering the next case will be fourth case, I vector cross j vector. Now I vector is here, I vector is along x axis and j vector is along y axis. Now both of them are being multiplied, it's a vector product, it will be having direction, it's magnitude. First the thing magnitude, what will be the magnitude? Magnitude of I cap, magnitude of j cap into sine, what is the angle between them? Angle between them is 90 degree, and then the direction of that, what is the direction of this, that we have to see. Here we have to consider the direction I cross j whole unit cap. Now here answer of this, magnitude of I is 1, magnitude of j is 1, sine 90 is 1. So here answer is going to be 1 into the I cross j is a vector, and what's the direction I cross j? I am just putting it my hand on x to y, Now here if I am just having like this x to y, it's coming outward. It's just like this. We are having x vector. There is something like x vector is here. X vector to y vector, then it's coming in this direction. Okay. Hopefully you are able to see this. X vector to y vector, then it's coming in the z direction. So here the answer will be then k is a vector quantity, that's why I cross j is equal to k vector. Similarly, j cross k is equal to, j cross k is what? Magnitude of j vector, magnitude of k vector into sine 90, that is again 1. Again now we just need to think about the direction. What will be the direction of j cross I? Again just put it here, j cross k. J cross k is going in the direction of I vector. That's why the answer will be I cap. And in the same way, k cross I is equal to j cap. The k cross I, we'll just see it now. K cross I, you just take k to I, it's going in the upward direction. Now that's how we have to just remember different quantities. Now if we just reverse the order, then the answers will be negative. Instead of this, if we just consider j cross I is equal to then minus k, here k cross j is equal to I minus I. You can even here also you can use right hand thumb rule, that also will give you the same answers. You just imagine now from j to I, it's going in the negative z axis, that's why the direction is minus k. And similarly here also, otherwise the another answer also, when we are commutative law, it does not obey commutative law, that's why the answer will be negative because the direction is opposite. Here the answer will be then I cross k will be minus j. Now how to remember this? Remembering this is not that difficult. We have to just remember the sequence I, j, k, I. Sequence is what? How to remember this? Just remember the sequence I, j, k and then again I. If the things are in this sequence, then there will be, if we are having I cross j, answer will be k. K cross I, answer will be j. J cross k, answer will be k. Now this is like we are going in like one sequence. I, j, k is a sequence, alphabets. And when we go in the opposite direction, j, I, it will be minus k. K, j, it will be minus I. I, k, it will be minus j. Means in one sense you can say it's a sequence you have to follow, otherwise you can write it like clockwise and anti-clockwise. When we are going in a clockwise direction, it can be said in the clockwise direction, answer will be positive. And when we are going in anti-clockwise, then the answer is negative. That's why we have to remember this. Okay, now we'll see that how to have a cross product of two vectors in a Cartesian format. We are having two vectors which are given in terms of Cartesian format. Just now we saw how to do a different multiplication of orthogonal unit vectors. The same principles will be used here. Whenever I am multiplying I cross I will be 0, j cross j will be 0, k cross k will be 0, I cross j will be k, j cross k will be, here the sequence I have to just remember. What will be the sequence? I, j, k and k to I. If the things are in this sequence I, j, k and k to I, then the whatever answer I am getting, the next vector whatever I am having, that will be always positive. And if it is in the opposite sequence, then the unit vector which is coming, that will be negative. Now here I'll just expand this now. A cross b, a vector cross b vector can be written as, first a vector I have to write down, and whole need to be multiplied with the another vector, bzk. Now the first term this first term will get multiplied with all these terms. But now when I am writing, I know that I cross I will be 0. So that's why the first term will be 0. Second will be then I cross j. I cross j will be k. See the sequence, I cross j will come to the k and it will be positive. That's why I can write it like ax by into k cap. First term is clear. Next thing, axi cross bzk. What we are doing now, axi bzk, that cross multiplication. Again I cross k, I cross k. Now it's in opposite direction. You just see now the direction is I cross k is going in the opposite direction. It's a anti-clockwise motion. Now the answer, the j will be negative. It will be minus j. Therefore my answer will be ax bz minus j cap. That's about first term getting multiplied with all the three terms. Now the next term, again it will be getting multiplied with all these three terms. First term plus ay bx, again j cross I, j cross I, it's in which sequence? It's in opposite sequence, j cross I. The answer will be minus k. Here the answer will be then minus k cap, plus again now ay by both are j cross j is 0, so that's why I'll be writing it 0. Again now ay bz j cross k, it's in the sequence, it's in the same sequence. That's why the answer will be I cap. This is about the second term. Now the third term getting multiplied with all the three terms, az bx k cross I, same sequence. The answer will be j cap, plus az by j cross I, reverse sequence, anti-clockwise direction. That's why the answer will be minus I, and again the k cross k will be 0. So that's the expansion of this term. So I am just going to arrange now in some particular sequence, because I can be together, can be combined together, j terms can be combined together, and k terms can be combined together. Then the final answer comes. First I terms I will be combining ay bz minus az by I cap, plus j terms, positive term first, az bx minus ax bz j cap, plus k caps, positive term, ax by minus ay bx k cap. That's what we are getting as the expansion. This is the final answer of the product of two vectors which are given in the Cartesian format. Now to remember this may not be so easy. What we have to do now, this term, this equation we can get in the by shortcut method. Instead of doing this every time, you need not to think about what is the sequence, what is the answer of this another unit vector, what is the direction, and what is its magnitude. That you need not to be thinking. There is another method which is the shortcut method called as determinant method. In determinant method, the first vector I am having is ax I ay j plus azk. Second vector is bxi byj plus bzk. These two vectors I am having. Now I am arranging them in terms of matrix. Now here I can make it like this. First I am writing I, j and k. Now here I will be writing the coordinates of first vector, a vector. Now this depends on the sequence, what you are writing, whether you want a cross b or b cross a, whichever is the first vector that has to be written above. Now here I am finding out the answer for A vector cross B vector. That's what is my question. So first I am writing now here coordinates or the magnitude of the vectors along x axis, y axis and z axis for A vector. Ax, Ay and Az. Bx, By and Bz. Now just we need to we have to solve this matrix, and after solving the matrix we will get the same answer. Now what will be the answer first? How to solve it? The first term is I cap I am just writing first, and when I am writing I cap I have to just put hand on these two terms. I have to just forget about these two row and column, and I have to just cross multiply them. Here it will be like Ay Bz minus Az By. That's the first term what I got. Next is first is minus j. This is the way how we solve the matrix, and when I am having minus j, the j ka jo I'll not consider the row of j and the column of j, and then my answer will be Ax Bz minus Az Bx plus now k cap, the same method. Here it will be Ax By minus Ay Bx. Now here we will just find there is minus term. If you just compare both the answers are same, only the in between term. Here if you just take plus sign outside, you will get the same answer. Both of them are having the same answer, but here I just got it by solving the matrix. Just by solving the matrix I immediately got the answer. How to solve matrix? I will just repeat how to solve it. इसको solve कैसे करने का है? The first thing, first term is I cap को पहले बाहर रख दिया. Then I have to just forget about this column and the row of I cap का जो रो है column है उसको मुझे छोड़ना है, उसको मुझे अभी उसको hide कर देना है. I have to just forget about these two terms, इसको अभी छोड़ देना है. Then I have to cross multiply this thing and then minus cross multiplication of this thing. This is the first step. Second step, I have to forget these terms now. I have to again forget this row and this column, and then j cap I am writing minus of j cap, then again cross multiplication of these two terms and minus cross multiplication of these two terms. Then last term again forgetting this row and the column and these two terms, now cross multiplication of them. That's how I can solve the matrix. This will be there in your mathematics में आपको हो जाएगा ये चीज़. That time things will be more clear, but this is the best way to solve these orthogonal matrix. Orthogonal, whenever we are having the vectors given in the Cartesian format, is the shortcut way to get the answer. Okay, now that's about the theory of all this topic, and we'll solve now some numericals. The magnitude of a vector product of two unit vectors making an angle of 60 degree with each other is. Now here the magnitude is being asked to us. The magnitude of magnitude of a vector product of two unit vectors. Now we are having unit vectors, means what is magnitude in itself is 1. Now we are having two unit vector, maybe A cap cross B cap. I am writing cap. Cap means it's a unit vector, and what will be the answer of this? Magnitude of A cap, magnitude of B cap into angle between them, sin theta. Now both of them having magnitude 1 and sin 60, and therefore the answer of sin 60 is root 3 by 2. Therefore the answer is D. If they have asked us the direction will be in which direction? A cross B. It will be like whichever the direction A cross B, it has to be given the direction of A and B. Then I can say that it will be perpendicular to both A and B and following the right hand thumb rule. Next question. Three vectors A vector, B vector and C vector satisfy the relationship. Satisfy the relation A vector dot B vector is equal to 0, A vector dot C vector is equal to 0, then A vector is parallel to. Now here is the question which is having the understanding of both dot product and the cross product. Now here already the dot products are given. What is the dot product? Whenever we say the magnitude, dot product is only the magnitude. What is the value? AB cos theta. Whenever I am saying it's 0, then means what? Cos theta is equal to 0. Cos theta is 0 means what? Theta is equal to what? 90 degree. Whenever we have vectors and orthogonal, whenever two vectors are perpendicular to each other, their scalar product is 0. Now here, as soon as we know that both these vector, now understanding is what then? First case, A vector is perpendicular to B vector. This is the first case, and second case is what? A vector is perpendicular to C vector. Now we need to find out A vector is parallel to whom. Now when we are having A vector and B vector, if we just have these two vectors may be in different planes, तो एक ऐसा रहेगा अपना, when we are comparing the case B vector cross C vector. Now B vector cross C vector will be a vector which will be maybe a D vector. Now this D vector will be perpendicular to both this vector. The first case is what? A vector is perpendicular to B vector, A vector is perpendicular to C vector. Why? Because both of them having the dot product is equal to 0. And when I am having a cross product B cross C, it will be perpendicular to both these vectors. Now D vector याच्यावरनं काय करते हैं? D vector is perpendicular to B vector, D vector is perpendicular even to C vector, and now because this D vector is perpendicular to both C vector and B vector, we can say that the D vector is parallel to A vector. What is D vector? That is the product, cross product of B vector into C vector. Therefore my answer is C. Next question. If A vector is equal to 3i plus 4j and B vector is equal to 6i plus 8j, and A and B are the magnitudes of A vector and B vector, then which of the following is not true? Sorry, the question was not visible to you. This is the question. A vector is given as 3i plus 4j and B vector is given as 6i plus 8j. Immediately actually we can see that both of them are parallel vectors. This is just an observation which may not be required. A vector is equal to 3i plus 4j and B vector, see observation what it says, B vector is equal to, if you just take 2 out, it will be 3i plus 4j. Now this shows that both of them are in one direction, both of them are in the same direction. If they are in the same direction, that means what? They are parallel vectors but having different magnitude. The magnitude of B will be twice of the magnitude of A. That's what we can just, by observing these two vectors we can understand. Now what will be the product? Now both of them are parallel. Here it says that both of them are parallel vectors. Parallel vectors means the theta will be 0, and in that case A cross B, if I just consider the first case, A cross B vector, what will be the value? AB, magnitude I am just considering, AB sin 0, that is equal to 0 vector. Again it's a vector quantity, 0 vector, therefore the first one is true. We are being asked what is not true. The first answer is true, that's not our answer. Second, A vector upon B vector, immediately we can know that the magnitude of B vector is twice of A vector, therefore the second one is also true. Then the magnitude, the fourth option we'll just consider first. Fourth option is A vector, magnitude of A vector, that is considered as A vector is equal to under root of 3 square plus 4 square, that is equal to 5, then that is also true. Then the answer which may not be true, that is A dot B. We'll just find out the answer of A dot B. A vector dot B vector is equal to I cross I will be 3 into 6 plus 4 into 8. plus 32, answer is something coming as 50. Addition of both is 50 and here it is given 48, therefore my answer will be C. That's the answer. Next question. If I cap, j cap and k cap are the unit vectors along x axis, y axis and z axis respectively, then tick the wrong statement. They are orthogonal unit vectors, then we know that dot product of orthogonal unit vector is the square of that magnitude, that will be 1. The first thing is right. we know that I dot I is equal to 1, j dot j is equal to 1. So in that sense the first will be right. Second is I j k. Again this is the first thing. Second, I j k sequence, it's following the sequence, that's why it's perfect. If it is j cross I, it would have been minus k. So second statement is also right. Now here third, I dot j, angle between them is 90 degree, cos 90 is 0, therefore answer will be 0. That is also true. Then the here comes I cross k, I cross k, I cross k, I cross k is equal to, sorry, it's k, is equal to, I cross k is equal to minus j, but here answer is given minus I, it will be minus j. It has to be perpendicular to both the vectors, therefore this is the answer. Okay, next question. If A vector cross B vector is equal to 0 vector, B vector cross C vector is 0 vector, then the angle between A vector and C vector may be. Now both of them are given. Sorry, again the question was not visible to all of you. If A vector cross B vector is 0 vector and B vector cross C vector is 0 vector, then the angle between A vector and C vector may be. That's the question. Now as soon as we know that the vectors are having 0, answer is coming as 0, means what? The cos 0 is the case. In that case both of them are parallel. They are parallel to each other. This shows that A vector is parallel to B vector. This is the first case. Second case is what? B vector is parallel to C vector. And if they are parallel to each other, then A vector, from both the case we can understand that A vector is again parallel to C vector from 1 and 2, both of them. And if they are parallel to each other, the angle between them is 0. So we can, these are some questions we have solved. Now the next topic which comes is area vector. This is also very important topic which will be needed when we will be studying even the electromagnetic flux. Now the area is actually, whenever we calculate area, is a vector quantity. How it is vector quantity? We will see some areas like area of triangle, area of parallelogram, or area of rectangle. Now when we have an area, just consider any area. We are first consider the area of parallelogram. We are having a parallelogram here. This is our A vector, this is our B vector, and parallelogram is getting complete here. We are completing the parallelogram. And if we want to find out the area, here the angle between them is 60. And what is our formula for the parallelogram? Area of parallelogram. This is the perpendicular here. And the height will be then B sin theta. And area of parallelogram, I am just writing the names P, Q, R, S. Parallelogram P, Q, R, S is equal to base into height. Base into height. Now what is the base? Base is A vector, and height, I am writing here the cross product. Height is actually B vector. Height is okay, just first write down the magnitudes. This is base is A, and height will be B sin theta. AB sin theta is nothing but this is the magnitude of A cross B. So this is in terms of, now here I am writing only the magnitude. When it is asked what is the magnitude, the magnitude will be magnitude of vector A cross vector B. Vector A cross vector B will give me the magnitude of the area of parallelogram PQRS. And if it, because it's a vector, I am writing the title was area vector. Now this area is a vector. Now what will be the direction? It will be perpendicular to the surface. Now when we are considering this PQRS, if the PQRS in XY plane, then the area vector will be in the along Z axis, maybe positive Z axis or negative Z axis. Again we have to find out what is the area. A cross B, A cross B, it will be upward. If I am having this, you just have, if you are using a mobile, if the mobile surface is the surface of the parallelogram, I am curling my hand from A to B, then the vector, area vector will be upward. Now the area vector will be something like upward, perpendicular to both of them. This is my area vector. If I am considering, because now when I am considering an open area, whenever I am having an open surface, the area vector can be in any direction. It can be upward or it can be downward. So area vector, now area, this is not A because I am already used the term A there. Now this will become my area vector. This will be my area vector. This will be my area vector either upward, or if I am considering it like this, B cross A, and in that case now I am just writing the magnitude. In magnitude both will be same. Whether you consider its direction upward or downward, both will be having the same magnitude. But why I am saying this direction, because direction also is very important. It will be seen in the later physics chapters, we will be requiring this. The direction will be perpendicular to the surface. So this formula, just by doing the cross product of two sides of a two sides of a parallelogram, we can find out the area. The magnitude is going to give us the value of area, and the direction will be perpendicular to the surface of the parallelogram. Direction of area vector will be perpendicular to the surface of parallelogram PQRS. That's why area, whenever I am say area, whenever we say area doesn't mean that is the surface. जब भी हम बोले कि एरिया है यहाँ पे PQRS एरिया इज नॉट दिस एरिया. ये जो अभी दिख रहा है ना, दिस इज द सरफेस, दिस इज द सरफेस ऑफ दैट थिंग. द एरिया विल बी द वेक्टर विच विल बी अपवर्ड. व्हेनेवर वी आर सेइंग एरिया वेक्टर इज द परपेंडिकुलर वेक्टर विच इज परपेंडिकुलर टू द सरफेस ऑफ दिस डायग्राम. तो फॉर्मूला का है, फॉर्मूला विल बी A vector cross B vector or B vector cross A vector. In the same way, we can find out the area of a triangle. Just consider a triangle. This is our A vector, this is our B vector. We are joining this side, then our triangle is getting completed. This is the perpendicular, angle is theta here. This side will be B sin theta, and we know that area of triangle PQR is equal to 1 by 2 base into height. Base is A and height is B sin theta. What is AB sin theta? Is the magnitude of A vector cross B vector. Again the same thing. Now again this area will also be perpendicular to the surface. If the area is drawn on, if the diagram is drawn on the paper, the area vector will be perpendicular to the paper. It depends on which direction. It can be in either direction. It can be upward or downward, because this is an open surface. We will be seeing this thing in detail when we will be going to see later chapters, when the things will be required, maybe during the flux, when we will be understanding the flux of the closed surface and the open surface. But just remember one thing, whenever we say area vector is a vector. How to find out? Is a cross product of two vectors, A cross B. And the direction, because it's a vector, it's having a direction, and what will be the direction? It will be perpendicular to the surface. Okay, that's it for this video, and with this our chapter vector is over. Today I actually wanted to speak in Hindi and English, but somehow, because before lectures I always spoke in Marathi and English, and it was given me the feedback that better than Marathi I can speak it in the English, and the Hindi can be a English kind of combination. But I found myself little difficult to speak it in Hindi, so that's why it became more easy for me to speak in English. If you are having any comments, you want any other feedback, you can write to me in the comments. Thank you all for joining for this lecture.